What specifically are you looking at, Ramon?
I really want to see how services are going to be rolling around this quarter. I mean, if you take a look at the hardware categories, you're looking at tablets, you're looking at PCs kind of having that slow decline or flattish. iPhone's still going to be very popular, but take a look at how services is going to ramp up. I mean, if you take a look at cloud and App Store and music, that's where a lot of the growth has been in previous quarters. I believe that's probably going to continue this quarter too.
Did you learn anything from Samsung's quarter when they were talking about weaker sales on the high-end devices, more aggressive pricing strategy, consumers holding on for devices longer? What does that mean for Apple?
Look, this is endemic of the entire smartphone market right now. And a lot of vendors are trying to figure out, how do we get people to upgrade their phones much more often? And if you just rewind the clock back to when Apple had its WWDC conference earlier this spring, they're introducing a lot of new features, a lot of capabilities on phones and tablets and other devices. But guess what you got to do? You can't rely on phones you had, 2.5, 3 years ago. You have to upgrade to things like, the 8, the iPhone 10 in order to stay current. And a lot of those Apple fanboys and fan women out there, they want to have the latest and greatest because, let's face it, who wants to be stuck with yesterday's technology?
Apparently I do, by the way.
we have one person here.
I still have the iPhone 5 SE,
right,
by the way,
exactly.
which I seem to tell everyone all the time.
That's because you had to give up a flip phone for that one. Okay, so Ramon, when are we going to see real price pressure on this? I mean, the average selling price keeps going up and up. The expectation is like $696 or something like that. When is there going to be real price pressure on the iPhone?
I think when you take a look at when iPhone has reached the point where, the same points that Samsung has had and some of the other incumbents have had, because they're facing a lot of the pressure from down below, looking at those Chinese vendors, Vivo, Oppo, competing with sub-$300 smartphones out in China and other third world countries. Now, Apple could go that route, and it's already poised to do that with its SE edition of its phone. But if you take a look at, as you go slowly westward, you go more into India, you go more into Africa, you go into all these other nations where you have to compete at lower and lower price points. And for them to sell an iPhone 10 in some of those markets, that's going to be incredibly challenging. But I think that's still a long ways off because, let's face it, I think when everything comes out later on today, we're going to find out what we've known all along. iPhone 10 is still the leader of the bunch, and priced at $1,000, people still want to buy it.